What is up, everybody, and welcome back to today's episode of Why'd I Buy a Mini Truck? Today, we're working on the parts truck, and we have definitely gotten a fair amount done. So here in the front, I went ahead and took off those aftermarket fog lights and headlights, took the grill out. I got rid of any of the unnecessary extra wiring that was in here that's not originally part of here. We also went ahead and got the alarm system out, and all the wiring that's involved with that. Inside the truck, we are pretty much stripped down to bare bones. So none of the wiring is disconnected that affects runnability. Certain things like the blower motor is out, the blower motor resistor is out, because I am going to use that crossover tube. I took all the duct work out for the HVAC system and the supports or skeleton of our dash. So I'm not going to take the HVAC out of here, the heater core itself, just because the one I have is in better condition. So I'm going to keep mine, but I did take all of this other stuff. We're going to clean all this up, put a new blower motor resistor in there. I'll tell you what, investing in these little bags, definitely a lifesaver. Everything is labeled. So that's really good. Got the whole dash out. Didn't break anything, so that was really nice. So the truck fires up now on its own. No issues at all. So what it ended up being was the starter solenoid or starter control relay. And it's actually under the hood. So it's going to be this bad boy right here. And the one we had was original. Didn't look like it had ever been replaced. So after doing a little bit of diag, verifying after we jumped the wire over that in fact the starter does kick over, because my first thought was, oh, the starter just went out. Who knows? This truck was rebuilt, so I was hoping that wasn't the case. Sure enough, it wasn't. It was just that relay. We did go ahead and order brand new fusible links. These ones right now were just temporarily hardwired. I also did get the terminal connector for it as well, so that was something I wanted to make sure we had taken care of on the truck before we go ahead and swap it into the blue king cab. So back here under all of this parts truck goodness is this Nissan liner. Now I did some measurements and it seems as if this liner will fit the blue king cab. I'm really hoping it does, because I was going to rhino line mine. We're still going to soundproof it, so we will probably still do some kind of roll-on bed liner, but it would be pretty cool to have this. I just think it's kind of a cool little touch. So in here, we are pretty much ready to go as far as pulling the harness goes. That is going to be happening probably next weekend. I started labeling a lot of this stuff. So the back of the cluster is labeled. We got the fuse panel just hanging out up here, but slowly starting to labeling everything that comes into the column. And it's really just for me, because we're going to pull this harness out and then we're going to pull the engine and transmission from this truck, pull the engine and transmission out of the blue king cab, and then we're going to do all of the work in the firewall, do all the work for the tubs in the front, and just kind of clean the engine bay up, right? Replace the boosters, the booster and the master cylinders for the clutch and the brakes. In the meantime, I'm going to leave the harness pretty much alone. Once we get the engine and transmission in, after all that work is done in the engine bay, we're just going to hook this harness up haphazardly. So we're not going to put the dash in yet. We're not going to do any of that jazz. We're just going to get the whole harness ran, verify that everything is still functioning properly, and then we're going to pull the whole harness back out, and we're just going to clean it up. We're going to relume all of this. We're going to go through, check every single wire, check every connector, make sure there's no corrosion or buildup or poor connectivity, in the harness. And then the harness will go into the truck. And you might be like, well, why? Why are you going to do that? The simplest answer for that is I just want to verify that we put everything together properly, that the truck starts, there's no issues with charging, and then we're going to start the tugging process. So that means this relay panel, the relay behind it, this relay, the battery cables, a majority of this stuff is actually going to be inside the truck. So really cleaning up the engine bay, really making sure that it looks good. It's not going to be really a show truck, but I still want it to look clean. I still want it to be clean. Like I said, we're going to route the brake lines a little differently. We're going to really just clean up the bay. And a lot of this stuff really can't go where it goes in here because, we're tubbed, and we're even actually going to get more of a tub. So there'll be actually less room between the actual tub and the top of the fender. So a lot of this stuff really just by necessity is going to go, relocated somewhere else. Now, I am going to be taking this manual rack, like I said. I'm pretty much just going to take the whole setup. So rack, the whole column, all that. I'm even going to swap keys out from my Blue King cab to the keys for here, just because they're even in better shape. I mean, the keys that I have are messed up. The cylinder's a little wonky. So why not? I mean, I have a whole parts truck. This radiator seems to be in all right shape. We're not going to need it though, because we are going to, that's new. We're gonna have something else going in, but that's really the simplest answer is, I want to make sure it works first, and then this way when we go to tuck everything, we'll know if I messed something up. So guys, that's pretty much all I have for you today. We will be cracking on this truck a little bit more tomorrow, mainly just organizing, cleaning a lot of this stuff, getting it ready. It's still going to be a while before it goes into the Blue King cab. We're going to replace all the gaskets for the HVAC stuff so it seals up properly and is nice. But I think this is where we're gonna leave off. We are gonna pull the hood, we're gonna pull the cowl cover. I am gonna pull these mirrors too. They're like a lot stiffer than mine, so maybe I won't. Oh yeah, okay, real nice. So maybe I won't take those, but I would like to take like the side marker lights. It has a lower valance on it I'd like to take. And then I am still debating on the wheels. Part of me really wants to wide body the Blue King cab. But if I wide body it, I don't think I'm going to use this wheel and tire setup. So really, might as well sell them, make a little bit of money off of it. And that's definitely for another video, but I got some pretty cool things planned for that. So thanks for watching again, and following along with the build. It's really cool that so many people are interested in it. Definitely getting a lot more views than I thought. I really didn't think anybody was going to watch. So having just an audience at all that aren't my friends, this is very not saying that we can't be friends. I just mean that I don't know personally. It's just really cool to see. So stay tuned for the next video when we, actually, I guess the next video is going to be pulling the harness out completely and draining all the fluids, pulling the engine and transmission. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be super duper fun. And I will see you guys on the next one.